So good morning, guys. Welcome to another trading session here. Well, yesterday I was off the trading business. I didn't trade at all. I was looking at price action right before 9:30, and I didn't like what I saw yesterday, and I think I'm glad that I didn't trade. At least the New York session, the New York AM session, which gave us some kind of a high resistance liquidity and consolidation as well. So as soon as I saw the 9:30 open and it exploded to the upside without giving us any reason to do it, without taking liquidity, without trying to reach these data lows here from 8:30. Well, my intention was not to mess with that market, so I think I'm glad. And then as soon as we hit 1 p.m., markets started to run to the upside in a low resistance liquidity run. But honestly, this is the type of action that I don't like, because because we can quickly retrace like we did here as soon as we hit the 350 macro here. And just imagine holding this position for so long, and in 3, 4, 5 minutes all your profits are erased. So I think I'm glad I didn't trade yesterday. Honestly, today I'm not expecting much, because tomorrow we will have FOMC. FOMC is usually a big day, a day where carnage is meant to happen. And honestly, I'm not expecting much from price action today. As for my bias, I think I'm not clear about my bias, because we are inside of this daily fair value gap. Before 9:30 open, we are trading below midnight open and 8:30 open. We already took London lows, Asia highs. So my bias is kind of hard to be formulated right now. On the on the 15 minute, we are still in bullish order flow, but honestly, I would like to see some purge of this liquidity here before going higher, because I'm really interested in these relative equal highs here. We left those right before Asia highs, Asia open, and we still have previous day high as well. But honestly, I have to see what the market brings us today, because I need to see some price action running first before taking some actions. I think I will be very conservative. I will try to protect any of my positions as soon as I am in profit. So let's see what this session can bring us. Well, right now we are at the opening bell, 9:30. So I will mark the 9:30 open, which is here. 9:30 open. We are trading right below 9:30 open as soon as we started the opening move. Right below we have Friday's high. Let's see if we can use Friday's high as any kind of support, or if we trade below Friday's high, then I would like to see price going lower eventually to this end wall and this end dog, or eventually even to these data lows, which are intact as of now. So we will wait and see what kind of price action do we have today. But as I mentioned already, I'm not expecting much from today's action. For those who are trading the S&P and Nasdaq, top step just changed. It's done automatically, so I don't have to change the contract. So we are at the June contract. Last week I was using the March contract still, but I guess top step just merged to the June contract. So those who are trading it as well, these numbers might not be equivalent to what you are seeing if you're still trading the March contract. Okay. So as you can see here, we've marked this Friday's high, and for now Friday's high is giving us some kind of support here. We are also trading inside this daily fair value gap, this bearish one. We are still waiting for some kind of first presented fair value gap here. So still waiting. There's not much we can do right now besides waiting. Price before 8:30 gave us some high resistance signatures here. As you can see, lows were taken, highs were taken, lows were taken, highs were taken. So it's kind of a high resistance liquidity signature. It can be also a seek and destroy signature. So we have to be in some kind of an alert mode to see if price if we don't get trapped in this kind of price action. So I guess we will have our first presented fair value gap right now. Let me mark this. Let's see if this gets respected. If so, we are trading below Friday's high, probably losing support here and exiting the daily fair value gap, which might have been rejected as well. As you can see here, London tried to break above it, but usually London is some kind of a manipulation leg. So if we are correct, we will see lower prices here. represented fair value gap is being respected. Price is displacing to the downside right now. But honestly, there's no opportunity here to enter. I said before that I would like to see this liquidity here being purged. It might be the next target here. Meanwhile, Nasdaq is reaching some type of relative equal lows here and displacing to the downside. We still have a lot of liquidity below those relative equal lows. There's still no opportunity to interact with the market here. Price is just displacing to the downside, giving us no chance to interact with it. And we are reaching the liquidity that I mentioned right at the beginning of the stream. So we tapped it. Yeah, it seems like price is kind of heavy. It is leaving all these bearish PD arrays intact, so this fair value gap has not been touched. This volume imbalance here has not been touched. Seems like price is going straight to these NWOG and NDOG that I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. We are just some handles above it. Price might reach it in the next minutes. NQ. NQ is also reaching the those relative equal lows, and for now we are having the first reaction to this downside move. Let's see how far price will retrace, or if it will invert and come back to the daily or value gap here. We can expect at least a touch on the volume imbalance here, which would mark 50% of this down leg as well. So we have some confluence there. If this bearish move, if we maintain this bearish move, the first presented for value gap should act as a breakaway gap. It won't be. It will probably. It probably won't be touched again. We have a bearish for value gap right below it. So this would be our main resistance here. Price almost touching that volume imbalance that we talked about, and reacting right away to the downside. And displacing, touching the N walk and the N dog. This could be a nice entry here on a volume imbalance, but honestly, I don't play those kind of entries. Yeah, it seems like price is very heavy right now. Let's see if we can cross below the N dog and the N walk, because we have data lows here, sell side liquidity, and we have previous day low as well, which is a interesting target right now. But since price is so volatile, and with 12 candles, it's kind of hard to enter a trade here. This is the type of action where we know the direction of price, but it's kind of hard to interact with it because it's too volatile. And just take this as an example. If we would consider this trade here, because we have a bearish for value gap here, we had to have a stop right above it here, which is a 12 handle stop loss. That would ruin our risk to reward. It would transform our risk to something like a 2R or something. And if you want to take some partials, if you want to take some partials, this risk to reward will quickly turn into a 1R, and that's not what I'm looking for. So another bearish fair value gap here. This is a big one. I really would like to see price respect this fair value gap here, because we still have data lows and previous day low here. We are playing below the end walk and the end dog. Let's see if price can respect the upper band of the bearish fair value gap here. Seems like it. Right now we are entering 950 macro. Price is still trying to reach above this fair value gap. Let me see what NQ is doing here. Yeah, it seems like price will will go lower here. Try to reach for data lows eventually. This might not be the perfect entry here. Let's see if price can displace to the downside here. Really would like to see a displacement to the downside. It touched once again the end dog and the end wall here. And once again the fair value gap as well. So let's see if we can move to the downside here. We are inside of a macro as well. Let me just check here, because we might only do 50% of this wick. It is admissible and permissible, so I have to have that in mind. So at this point I will put my stop loss at break even, since I'm not liking how price is retracing here. It's waking a lot. And there we go. We got stopped out here. And Q is honestly doing a better job right now. ES is taking a bit too long here. The price is moving right now. It's a shame. It's a shame that the price went to our stop loss here at break even. But honestly, I don't like this kind of price action. I would like to see a clear displacement to the downside. And honestly, it's not happening. Let me just check here this week. So we made about 50% of it. Let's see if we have another opportunity to re-enter this trade, because I still believe we will try to run to data lows and sell side liquidity previous day low. Yeah, that really was a shame. But I said in the beginning that I would protect myself, so I'm just keeping my words and respecting my words and keeping my actions in confluence with my words. So well, price will offer sell side liquidity in form of data lows. We just have to wait for it at this point. It was a shame that I really put my stop loss at break even, and as soon as I managed it to break even, I got stopped out on a 0.25 tick. Prices running to the upside now, probably seeking for some kind of order block. I would say this is the order block that price might encounter here. Let's see if price can go through that order block and then eventually dig lower. We have here a minor bullish or value gap here. price is pushing higher. I will note this order block here that we have, which is this candle here, and we will see if this candle gets respected or not. It is permissible for price to dig deeper into at least 50% of that order block. So we will see. Kind of strange that we kept data lows and previous day low as well. We touched the order block. Let's see if we dig higher here. So far, respecting the order block. Let's see if we disrespect this fair value gap here. We will probably disrespect it and run to the downside. We touched the order block already, so there's nothing else to do here on the upside. Yeah, so price came once again to the order block here. yeah, right now price is stuck in between this order block and this fair value gap here, but I think that we will break it to the downside. This macro has not been what we expected here. 950 to 1010. Not a good macro. Let's see if we can convert this fair value gap here. Yeah, it seems like that fair value gap is inverted right now. So a run to the downside as expected. We respected the order block here perfectly. We price retested it for 4 or 5 minutes. And we should now run to the downside. If price does what it is doing right now, which is disrespecting this inverted fair value gap, then I would be very suspicious about what price wants to do. we are definitely in high resistance conditions right now. Playing right above that data lows and sell side liquidity, approaching as well the previous day low. Well, this was the first idea of the trade, but I got stopped out at break even here. As soon as I managed to move my stop loss to break even, I was stopped out. I was expecting data lows and previous day low, but in a cleaner way, since price was very heavy here. We left the upper band of this fair value gap open. We left this open, this one open too. We didn't even touch the volume imbalance. So price was kind of heavy, and I was expecting a quick run to these data lows and previous day low. Honestly, I'm glad I got stopped out, because otherwise I would have been here for, I don't know, 30 minutes, and probably price would have me stopped out here anyway. So at least it took only 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, there we go. We will move lower. See, this is not the type of action that I like, where price digs lower but comes right away back, and that's not what I like to see. We took out sell side here, and it will dig higher now. So these conditions are not ideal. Yeah, see, that's why I don't trust these type of inverted fair value gaps. Imagine if you had a short position here. The retest on this order block offered some kind of relative equal highs here as well. So we might go once again to the upside, taking out these relative equal highs here, and then we might go down. But honestly, we are here for about, I don't know, 30 minutes, and price hasn't moved. Yeah, we might enter in a chop chop mode. Which I honestly don't like. Yeah, right now we might have some chop chop. Not liking how we didn't take data lows and previous day low as well. We stopped right above it. So price might been gathering some more liquidity before taking these sell side liquidities out. But honestly, I'm not engaging in this type of price action right now. Yeah, price is doing nothing right now. It's just consolidating, probably gathering more liquidity. Yeah, that's, see, as soon as we touch this order block, we left some relative equal highs here. That's why I didn't That's why I didn't trust this inverted fair value gap here. As soon as we inverted it, a lot of people might get their shorts triggered here, expecting a quick run to the downside, to data lows, or eventually previous day low. But I, I honestly don't like these kind of inverted fair value gaps, where you have these type of relative equal highs here. So what I'm expecting is probably a retest of this fair value gap here before going down. Honestly, at this point, that's the only thing that I can see. And at this point, I'm glad I got stopped out right at break even here. Maybe 3-4 minutes after I opened the position. I said in the beginning of the stream that I would be very conservative today, and I would not give any chance to the market. So as soon as I got some green P&L, I would break even my positions, and that's what I've done. Otherwise, I would have been here still with the stop right above the midpoint of this fair value gap, and eventually praying for market not to displace in my stop direction. So I'm glad I got stopped out right away. Yeah, 35 minutes passed, and we are still in the same point that we opened the position. The entry was not the perfect one, I must say, but I was waiting for price to dig higher here. After this green candle displays to the downside, and then okay, this is my entry point. I just opened the position right below here. We will probably have to wait for 1050 here, and 1050 macro will probably offer us some kind of action. As of now, nothing here is very enticing. Price is doing what it has done in the morning. So as you can see here, these swing highs and swing lows, price has been sharing the same range and it's doing the same here. So does not offer me any type of entry. I'm glad I got subbed out here. Just like I said in the beginning of the stream, I would be very conservative and would place my stop loss to break even as soon as I got a green P&L, and that's what I've done. And I'm glad otherwise I've been here. I would been here for about 40 minutes waiting for something to happen, and that's not good, because it will waste a lot of mental capital, and will trigger you about a lot of emotions. And right now I'm just observing. So my wife just brought me a pillow to put here, right at the head of my chair. That's what I will do. Let me just. God damn it! It feels comfortable, honey. Feels very comfortable. Okay. Yeah, still waiting here. Nothing to do. Price is just mumbling around here. Oops. I can't read price intentions here. We are probably forming a 15-minute order block here, since we displaced to the downside with a lot of speed and a lot of strength. Yeah, price still bumbling around here. Nothing interesting to see and to do. We are still retesting this order block. I still think that we are gathering some liquidity here. We still have previous day low and data lows to at least purge. So I'm expecting a gather of some short positions here, but honestly, we will have to wait to see if it will go to the downside. We are entering 10-15 macro in 10 minutes. Here we are retesting this fair value gap. The fair value gap that I entered my short position and took. I didn't took profits. I was stopped out at break even because I said that I would put my stops at break even as soon as I hit the green P&L. And unfortunately, I got stopped out. Otherwise, I would have been here for about 45 minutes and now praying that my stop loss wouldn't get hit. That was a smart choice because we have FOMC tomorrow, and I was not expecting much from price action. I was not trusting price action, today's price action. As you can see here, as soon as we managed to open at 9:30, we got our first percentage for value gap, but it didn't got hit, and it didn't got retested. So no entry here. Another for value gap, another bearish one. It didn't got tested or retested. No entry here. When price was starting to run here, I was expecting at least a touch on the volume imbalance, but we left the volume imbalance open, so no entry here. We displaced to the downside, crossed through these two end dog and walk, and then I opened my position as soon as we tested this big fair value gap. I entered a short here expecting a run to the downside to data lows at least, and eventually to previous day low, but price didn't give us what we wanted. So that's why I protected myself. Otherwise I would have been praying now for a safe stop loss, which I don't believe this will be. We are once again retesting the n-dog and the n-wog here. And so far we got rejected. We rejected this bullish for value gap as well. And we are displacing to the downside. Let's see if we manage to respect this bearish fair value gap here. This could be our re-entry. I don't think that price will come back to that fair value gap that we marked there, but we will see. We are entering 10-15 macro here. Yeah, there we go. No prices reaching higher here. Let's see if we manage to respect that fair value gap. There we go. We are entering the fair value gap, the bearish one. Yeah, it seems like we will head lower here. But honestly, I'm not trusting price right now. Because of this kind of behavior that we got. Let me check the hour. Yeah, there we go. Once again, inside the fair value gap, the bearish one. Retesting it once again. See, that's why I don't trust the market right now. We still have some liquidity here. We managed to clear this one, but we still have here some, and we might retrace back to it. Well, it seems like this bearish prevail gap is being respected, and price might run now since we are inside the macro hour. This might be our silver bullet for today. Well, let's see if price will go through what I'm expected it to do. As I said before, I will protect myself as soon as I can. I just took some off here, and we'll let the other contract run to the downside. I'm expecting previous day low here, so let's see if we manage to gather it. I think I was too aggressive here to get some profits, but since I'm not trusting the market today, I'm fine with it. So these are previously low levels. We still have a lot of liquidity down here, but I will try not to ask for much today. So here is another fair value gap. So if price maintains its signature, I'm expecting it to leave the upper band of this fair value gap open, and I will just trail my stop loss to the downside eventually. So we have another fair value gap here as well. We are retesting it already. It might be acceptable if we go back to this fair value gap here, since we hit data lows already. This is a major sell side point as well. Since we have previous day low, I'm expecting it to run to previous day low as well. So far we left this fair value gap open. We are retesting this one here, and we really would like to see previous day low getting hit. So this one is being worked out right now. We'd like to see it close below this fair value gap, and followed by a displacement to the downside, hitting previous day low, and eventually gathering some more strength to the downside. There we go. So we worked the bearish fair value gap. We left this one open. This is our breakaway gap. So this should be intact. We are bearish overall, but in a choppy way. The cleanest moves were here right at the open, but honestly, it didn't give us much of an opportunity to enter here. The only thing that I could have been taken here was the retest on the volume imbalance, but it didn't provide us the retest that I would like to, and that's why I didn't enter here. I entered a little bit after it, where we displaced to the downside and formed this huge fair value gap. I really would like to see this fair value gap still open and left open, since I'm treating it as a breakaway gap. But it is acceptable that price could go to the upside here right before taking previous day high, previous day low, I mean. Price is still, it's still choppy. It's not a clean run. It is not a clean run, as you can see. It really tested our patience here. Could have entered a bit earlier, but honestly, I was not trusting. I was not trusting the market. That's why I left some space here. So we are still inside this bearish fair value gap. We are still retesting it and working through it. I really would like to see this fair value gap acting as a breakaway gap. We might get stopped out here probably, since price is retesting the fair value gap where we have our stop loss. Let's see if we manage to stay safe here. So far, the upper band of the fair value gap is being respected. Would like to see some displacement to the downside, engulfing this candle here. And is respecting this lower bearish fair value gap. But since we are at 11 a.m., I don't think we will get previous day low. 11 a.m. is a retrace time, is that time in the morning where everybody grabs a coffee after profiting from their shorts. I can see 10 a.m. highs here being our new draw on liquidity. So we might get stopped out here, and eventually we will start a run to the upside. Let's see. Yeah, so far this is the reaction that I was asking for, but I would like to see close below the last fair value gap, respecting it as a bearish one. Yeah, we might get stopped out here. Tough conditions this morning, really. Price gave us a big run here. It was a run that honestly it didn't give me any entry point, and then I just worked with what price gave to me. So I'm not. I'm just content with enough. Honestly, it could have been better, but honestly, these were the type of conditions that I was expecting. Hard conditions, since we are uh, pre FOMC. Price is still retesting the lower band of the fair value gap, but I can see price getting higher here and eventually reaching for the 10 a.m. highs, because we left some kind of liquidity here. 10 a.m. 10:50. I mean 10:50, 11:10 macro didn't offer as much as well. It was a small run to the downside, honestly. Was expecting a bit more. Was expecting a clear run to the downside, to previous day low, but honestly, it didn't give us where we wanted. So far, our stop loss has been quite effective here. Let's see if we can close below this fair value gap that in the meantime was inverted. Really would like to see it close down below, but we are forming here relative equal highs as well. So I'm not that convinced that we will go lower here. Let's see if we can get a close below that fair value gap. It would be nice to see the upper fair value gap got respected. The midpoint of it got respected. Price is giving us another choppy action, just like it did between 10 and 11 a.m. I still don't think that my stop loss here is completely safe, because we formed some relative equal highs here. But I would like to see, before those relative equal highs been taken, I would like to see a displacement to the downside, taking previous day low. And I might close this contract, this micro that I have. I might close it here and call it a day, probably. Yeah, we had some tough conditions here on New York AM, but honestly, I was expecting these type of conditions, because we are the day before OMC, so it's usually like this. If you don't take any trades before the open, usually after the open it will be hard. So that's why I got stopped out here, because I protected myself as soon as I saw some green on P&L. I got stopped out at break even here, and will be probably stopped out right here as well. But it is what it is, you know. Price is not doing what it should be. doing. There we go. And we got stopped out here. Stopped out in profit. Was a minor profit today. Not even a 1 hour, but profit is a profit, right? So it could have been worse. It could have really been worse. Price is kind of thick, and it's kind of not letting us do what we are supposed to do. But it is what it is, and we managed to navigate it well without any losses. So I'm content with it. Well, honestly, at this point, I think I will end my stream here. I tend to not open any positions after 11. So still a profitable day. Kind of a 0.5 R, but could have been worse, honestly. We faced some hard conditions here. As soon as we hit 10 a.m., we faced some hard conditions. Wasn't that easy to trade, and I think I still managed to do it well. So I'm content with it. I'm really content with it. As I was expecting, these relative equal highs here, they were taken, and we will probably now go and see previous day low. I will wait just some minutes just to see if it happens. Yeah, it will probably happen. Because I think that we still have previous day low here. the price is not really doing what it's supposed to do, honestly. You see, it's just zigzagging and ping ponging. That's not the type of action that I usually like. These are the type of conditions where you know where your draw is, you know the direction of the market, but it still is hard to enter the market and to manage it, because it will try to stop you every time. It will try to stop you every time. No matter where you put your stop loss, no matter where your break even is, it will always try to stop you. But it is what it is. See, we have a consolidation here for about another 30 minutes. Yeah, it seems like price does not want to go to previous day low, honestly. And I think I will end the stream here. There's nothing more to say and to do right now. And I won't, and I don't want to keep the streams too long. I guess 2 hours is enough. And I guess we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have FOMC. Just let me check tomorrow's calendar. Just to make sure what time it will be. So tomorrow it's the 19th of March. So 19th, we're looking at the 18th. Tomorrow. Yeah, we will have FOMC at 2 o'clock, at 2 p.m. So I don't think we will have a good price action in the morning session. We will probably have a good price action, or maybe an opportunity to enter the market on pre 9:30, probably like today, just like this here, pre 9:30, or eventually this here, pre 9:30. As soon as we hit 9:30, I will expect something like this today, something like this. I don't know. I might be wrong, but honestly, I'm not expecting much from tomorrow's action. but I will be live, and I will be streaming here with you as well. So guys, thank you for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.